Hi guys, there are 101 things I could be saying about Harmless Badminton Club, and it's always difficult to decide on what I should be talking about next. But I do know that I must carry on talking and keep up the pressure, as these guys are not likely to change their ways. Now, obviously, these guys are thinking, with whatever validations they're using, that they are right about what they're doing, that it's okay to lie and cheat and misuse and mistreat people. Now, if I do my job well, they will come to realize that what they've been doing is wrong, and that people know what they've been doing is wrong, and change their stance. So, for those who think that I've come onto Facebook with all these videos and these posts, that this is the place that I'm going to prove everything, the fact that I've been saying that people have been lying and cheating and misusing funding and mistreating people at the club, well, I say you haven't seen my videos, you haven't understood them, or you're just simply stupid. I have not come here to prove anything. I've come here to provide an opportunity for people to redeem themselves, to people to understand, so I can explain what's going on here, so that these things do not continue in the community. This is a lot of these things are community matter, not just what's going on in this club. I'm not trying to just change these people in this club. But by understanding what's going on here, hopefully things will be different in the future. Now, a prominent member within the club, and of course various other people have said this sort of thing, is an old saying that you cannot teach old dogs new tricks. It's true, but you can use the damn dogs to train new dogs. Now, a couple of nights ago, I was watching Mel Gibson's Braveheart. I don't know if you've seen the film, but it's a story about William Wallace of Scotland, who stood up against the immoral King Edward Longshank. Now, after having lost various battles, Edward Longshank decides to invoke an old law, the decree of Primi Noctis. Now, this law allows for noblemen and people in power to have first night with any newlyweds. Now, it's a law that was used to punish people, but in this case, his idea was that if you can't beat them, then you breed them out. Now, any sensible people will know that this is so immoral, but you get people like that. You get people like that in power, and sometimes you get a lot more. Now, in this case, the king had absolute power, of course. Now, by providing this law to everyone, the noblemen were actually benefiting from all this, so they were happy to go along with all of this somehow. And I got to think, well, you know, I could see a similarity here, that when people think they're right and when people have a certain level of morality, they are happy to do certain things, and others who are with them, who are benefiting from all of this, will go along with it. So, my topic of the night is morality. Let's look at this to explain what morality is. Morality is not something you can just teach. You know, it's nurtured. Nurtured things that you pick up throughout your life. It's a reflection of your intelligence. You know, you learn a lot of things as you grow up. People do things to you. You go through certain circumstances, and you develop certain ideas in your head. It's basically everything that you have gone through in your life that gives you a set of morality. Various other things like legality, religion, all these things can be taught. Now, religion is supposed to actually give you a bit of morality. So, morality in effect includes all these other things: legality, religion, and all the things you've learned throughout your life. So, let's look at the whole process of what these guys have been doing and the sort of thing I'm trying to explain here. Let's look at the idea of decision making. You're making decisions every day and every moment of your life. I'm making a decision right now to say certain things and do this video. Now, I'm not talking about spontaneous reactions. If you fall, how you react to that. You know, your body just knows what to do and you don't think much, you just do it. I'm talking about conscious decision making. When you're speaking to someone, what do you say, what do you do, etc. You're deciding, and it's a very quick thing, yes, but you're actually going through all the validations to come to a conclusion of what you say to someone. When you could be rude, you could actually lie. It depends on the validations that you've carried out. So let's take the whole idea of the decision-making process. Let's call the idea a decision engine. Now, in that engine, you'll have various components like, is something legal? So you'll take it through the validations of, is this legal? Is this okay by my religion? Will I get in trouble with this? Various validations that go on. The morality component of all of that can override everything else. So if you have a low standard of morality, so let's take an example. If you find a lot of money somewhere left on a table, and you look around and can't see anybody, and you're thinking, well, should I just take this money? Now, someone with a low standard of morality would go through all the validations, and he'll just override all of that and say, I'll just take this money. Okay? Now, in his mind, he's probably quite comfortable that he's gone through all the. He thinks it's okay, there's nobody around. Now, someone with a higher level of morality might think, well, there's a lot of money here. Someone would have left it, and they might think that, hang on, there's no way I can just take this money, right? Even if they do take the money, they're probably taking it in good faith so that they will try and find the person or hand it over to someone. So they would have gone through all the valuations. Now, looking at what these guys have been doing in this club, so many people, 40, 50 people in this club, and you got 12, 13 of these guys. Yes, unfortunately, it's 12, 13. It's quite a high number, I know. I'm going to dedicate another video on what people can do when they think they're right, and how so many people just get together and they think they're right and they just do something. I'll produce another video on that. So 12, 13 of these guys doing things, and all these other people, they know what's going on. And in fact, I've told you, I have actually approached a lot of these guys to try and help with this situation, to say, look, do something. Tell these guys that they can't just carry on like this forever. These guys are so brave. They go to the meetings and they tell people, we are a trust, you can't nominate, etc. They're brave. They think it's fine. As soon as I've come out of all of that, I'm starting to talk about all this outside. Look at them. Chickens hiding behind children, letting children say things like idiots who doesn't understand anything. And these guys just sit behind, letting these guys just say whatever, put their faces in front of them. Anyway, so I ask you this, 40, 50 people in this club, and when you go there on a Saturday night, you see so many people just stopping badminton and just doing some praying. You might think, well, these guys, they're so honest, they're humble, they're praying, they're godly people. They can't allow, surely not these sort of things are going on, they can't allow this. They wouldn't allow it. People know that this is amoral according to religion. They know a lot of the components that I've been talking about is illegal. So I can't understand it. Where are people getting their validations from? And these people who don't say anything, if they are so religious, then they would understand that, lying and cheating and mistreating people is not allowed by their religion. Now there is another very important component, according to Islam, and Islam is the main religion I'm talking about here. According to Islam, if you see some people doing some wrong around you, and if they're lying and cheating, it is now a duty on you to actually speak up. Yeah? I tried to call upon people to actually say certain things. I did that before I came onto the videos. I did that after I came onto the videos. Nobody. And yet, some of them have actually said, me coming outside the club and talking about these things is a bigger problem to them. Where do they get their validations from? That's the hypocrisy that I'm trying to change. It's the sort of thing I'm trying to change. It's not just these guys. These guys are getting help from the other guys who are not speaking up or who are speaking up. And you've heard some of these guys. These are some of the guys who have been speaking are some of the young guys, and I can forgive them. I can forgive them for speaking out. If some of the older guys came and spoke and said the same thing, they would have got a completely different reaction from me. Okay, so hopefully we can all bring about some change for our community. This is not just for a problem for this small club. This is a problem that affects everybody in the community. And on the long run, it just benefits a few individuals and destroys it for everybody else. Now, I hope you can come to understand that and start talking about these things, okay? Because I am not going to stop anytime soon.